Good afternoon and welcome to Real Talk with Tamara. As you guys come into the room, please hit the like button. Oh, y'all. Also, if you have not subscribed to the channel, please subscribe to the channel. I hope that you guys are doing okay. On this afternoon, I know that I am. I always express the importance of hitting the like button because the like button helps to keep the video in the algorithm. Okay, so like, share, subscribe, comment, all of those great things. Okay, all of those great things. Um, I wanted to I want to let you guys know how much I appreciate you all so much. All of my old subscribers, all of my new subscribers, all of my future subscribers. I appreciate your support and all that you do. Make sure you guys get the membership, okay? Put some respect on my moderators. They help to keep the trolls out, okay? I wanted to talk about the feds and the investigators on the butts of some of these people that was hoping to skate by, okay? And that I do know for a fact. I put some stuff in my members, okay, this morning. And I'll be putting some more stuff because I couldn't put it all in one whop. But there are a lot of people that I think about as it relates to this young Dawes case, how we're starting to see more and more shots being thrown. And when you see people start that were not saying anything start to say stuff, it has everything to do with especially when they start to throw shots. It has everything to do with frustration and anger. Okay. um and that anger comes from, I thought that I was going to get by, and I realized that I have not. And so they start to do stuff to try and make people that want justice for young Dolph mad. But it's like I said, it's out of frustration, all while trying to keep up a facade. One thing that I know about people is when they start claiming it's this way, that way, that's when you know it ain't. Okay, that's when you know it's not going the way that and I'm just talking about in general. But I talked to a couple people, this morning, and they was talking about how they they've been pressing this particular person, okay? They've been pressing this person, okay? And I think that's where all of that frustration and all of that anger comes out of, um out throwing those shots. You've been quiet all this time. Now you're saying something, and that comes from being nervous, and all of the paranoia and all of that. But it's a lot of people, that um, feel like because they have skated by this long, that or felt like it, that they were going to skate by, and they're starting to see that they're not. I think they knew all the time, but they're really starting to see now, right? And so that's the reason why it's important for um I would hope that this would be a lesson to a lot of the young dudes, but I see now that it's not, because as we was talking about on my vlog on the show on last night, that what's happening is you see people that are starting to go and get a lot of these young dudes out of the hoods that has talent that could really go far if they really put them on for real, and they're going and getting them and telling them, well, you know what you got to do if you want to make it in the industry. It's almost like how they used to talk about how the women, when they wanted to make it in Hollywood, they would have to lay on the casting couch, right? But now it has become even more sadistic. That was sadistic too, but even more sadistic because they go get these little dudes out of the hoods, that's already getting into little petty trouble, and really putting them, selling them a dream. And these little dudes got talents, and they're telling, in order to show them some attention, they going all out. They telling them, you know what you got to do. But yeah, the feds and the investigators are on the bus of some of these people that thought that they would skate by. Okay. And that's why I always try to tell my subscribers, as I was saying, if I can't lead you right, I'll try to keep you in the middle. I'm definitely not going to lead you wrong. And leading you wrong is embellishing and putting all of this crazy propaganda into the atmosphere. And I know there are a lot of people that really, really, really want to see true justice for young Dolph. It has nothing to do with me being pro police and all of that, because y'all know I worked for the police department for 18 years, right? So it has nothing to do with that, although I would know more of the inside workings and how things go. And of course, there are crooked people in every department. It's all the way across the board, and it's not just the police department, it's on every job. In the grocery store, you got people that steal candy bars, that work for the grocery store, or slide grocery and don't scan it for their family members. So there is a crooked person everywhere. But to say that everybody that comes from different households, different walks of life, that only know each other by way of working on the same job is the same would be crazy for me to say that. Absolutely not, right? Everybody is not the same in life, period, right? We're all different, right? And so yeah, that's the reason why I've always tried to tell people, just wait it out. They doing their jobs. They are doing their jobs. And so now what's happening is, like I was saying, they're going to get these young dudes, and knowing that these people are pressing them and been at their doorstep and in their faces and stuff. But they don't tell these young dudes that. These young dudes, when people are up under investigation and they start dealing with somebody else, okay, what happens is anybody that is affiliated with them, is now up under the microscope. And so what they're not doing is they're not telling these little dudes that. That's the reason why they're getting caught up as soon as they do something. Okay. What they're doing is dangling money and a dream in their faces. And I think it's a shame before God that they even doing that. It's absolutely sadistic. If you have a means and a way to help these young brothers that has a talent, I'm talking about the ones that's got a talent, why don't you help them? But instead, they saying we ain't come up with them. We don't know them. Just like Cypress and Player Code was saying, we don't know we don't know them. They crash dummies. They out there doing it anyway. We give them a little money. Okay, they're not bothering to say, look here. The folks are already watching me. If I get you to do this, you gonna go to jail. They ain't doing that. Instead, they're getting them to do it, and they getting caught up already up under the microscope. Okay, and then when something happens, they end up like CEO Teasy, which is very unfortunate, because it is, in my opinion, that some of people that CEO Teasy trusted did that to him. This is what they do. And I'm talking about just anybody that's dirty when you are no longer useful, and they fear that you are going to tell on them, especially when people are already hot. But yeah, I was told, folks, and we already knew it though. But I'm hearing that they pressing them even harder now. You know, um, I told you, when they go underground, okay, and I've been saying this since last year. I said when they go underground, right, what they do is they go underground, and they will what's the word that I'm looking for? They won't say anything, right? They won't say nothing. So they'll go underground, okay? And then when um when they've just about gotten everything that they need, that's when they'll start being in your face more, okay? You'll start to get visits from them more. They'll make it obvious. They try to make you uncomfortable. And that's what I'm hearing. That's what's going on in quite a bit of these situations, right? Okay. And so, like I said, I think it's so sad that, people, when they know that they do wrong and they know that they're going down, they don't want to go down by themselves. And that's the reason why I say a lot of these young dudes need some guidance in their early 20s and stuff, because they're working to take them down with them. I don't know if they want the jail, the prison to be populated with them, because they feel like they're gonna need some protection. But these parents need to get their damn sons that's in their late teens and early 20s and stuff, because they're gonna go down with them. And I know a person in their early 20s and their late teens and stuff, they don't want to go spend the rest of their lives in jail. Hell, at least with some of these ones that's get ready to go, they in their 40s and 50s. They didn't live a great part of their life. They still would have a whole lot of life to go, but they wanted to cut down another young man's life. And that's what happens. So instead of asking for some repentance and accepting what your fate is, because they ultimately decided their very own fate when they decided that they wanted to take young Dolph out. They have decided that they want to take other people down with them, and it just ain't cool. And it's unfortunate they're going to the impoverished areas and getting the little dudes that's already misguided, that's out in the streets committing crimes already, because they feel like their life ain't worth a damn. Right? Unfortunately, these little dudes don't even know that. They don't even know that they're being used to go and do their dirty work because they're mad, and whatever it was that they thought that they was going to do, they want to finish it off because they know what their fate is. They're not going to tell them they're getting knocks at the door from the government and being brought in and being talked to, and those conversations that they're having with their lawyers to prepare for the next phase and all that. They're not going to do that. But they'll dangle money in little dudes' faces, and all they see is the money. And I don't realize the lawyer going to get every dime of it, because it ain't like I didn't tell everybody in the beginning what I was told. And that is the federal government says, which would be the FBI, that ain't nobody spending no hit money other than the lawyers. And haven't they been proving that? The lawyers, they've been going to jail. Okay. And the lawyer's been getting every dime of it. So what good is it to go and ruin your life? Then y'all away from y'all kids and stuff, and they using y'all as pawns, right? If we put the crash dummies out there to do the dirty work because of their sadisticness, we can finish trying to destroy whatever it was young Dolph was building. Okay. And it ain't worked thus far. So that's frustration. And then if we can get these crash dummies to go out here and do it, that would divert attention from us, and maybe it would look like they did some stuff. Okay, get them caught up. It's just sadistic, right? But yeah, that's what I was told. A lot of people that thought that they was gonna skate by, that was hoping to skate by, they're seeing now that they ain't gonna skate by. And so that's why we're starting to see all of this craziness, this unbelievable stuff, right? Folks ain't being quiet no more. They putting it in rap, you know, um, dissing in rap. I don't respect you or your big dog. That's what they say, right? That's something that's out of anger, because young Dolph is no longer here, right? So why have all of that hate? Still have all of that hate and that anger, right? But it comes from what is going on now. It's really more so frustration, right? It's frustration. But y'all know I had put into the atmosphere a couple weeks ago, what I had heard, okay? And I put that into the atmosphere, and the person that told me um, would know, okay? Would know. Of course, I don't know. I put that into the members, but hey, listen, even if it don't happen, exactly when, next month it's coming. Whatever it was that I said was coming, it's coming, right? But anyways, you guys, I want you guys to please like, share, and subscribe. I got my southern fried cabbage on, child, and it's smelling real good. All right. And but I just wanted to get on here and talk about that. I was just thinking about that. I was sitting here. I'm getting ready to finish cleaning and stuff, and organizing and folding my clothes and stuff. But I get to thinking about that, and I truly hate that all of this happened, regardless of what people say. I truly hate that it happened, but there has to be some justice in order for there to be some order. And my dad used to always say, um, I had to do this to restore order. And he used to always say, This is happening, that's happening, and I got to do this, this, and that. I'll go, oh, Dad, that seems so harsh. And he would go, I got to restore order by any means necessary. Okay. And so he would have to do some things that I would go, I don't know if I could do that. But he taught me how to be a soldier for real. Right. And so if they allow you to continuously try to take a young man out for since 2017, and if they and they know it, okay, and there was a consistent pattern of it, and you just take a life, okay, if they don't, if nothing happens, that's giving other people, especially these young dudes that they already, making a fool out of, because they're making a fool out of them, think, well, I could do this and get away with it. So order is being restored by any means necessary. And I think a lot of these people who thought that they were bigger than God, they realizing that they gonna have to bow. They really already was in a bad position. Okay. But I bet you they bowing. I bet you they bowing. Okay. I bet you they bowing. And so what they need to do is not only that, they need to find some type of way to apologize to that man's family and his children for robbing their children of a family. Because at least, of a father, they'll be able to see their kids. Their kids will be able to come and look at them through a cell. Young Dolph's kids can never see him again. His mother and father who created him and gave birth to him. Nobody wants to ever have to bury a child. It ain't even supposed to be set up like that. But they birthed him out, and regardless of what happened, he loved his mama now. Okay? And they loved him. And so we're going to pray for Adolph Sr. because we want God to give him the strength to be on the front row, to witness, to get back. Because God says, when I get them back for what they did, you're going to see me get them back. And I've been hearing that Adolph was not well and all of that. We have been hearing that, right? And so we want God to continuously give him strength to witness, to get back. And if after he witnessed in totality, he wants to ascend to another dimension where his son is and be reunited with his child, it'll be up to him. But no man on this earth ever has the power or has the right to think that they could take somebody's child away just because they played with my name. And that's where that restoring order by any means necessary come in at, because they doing it. Okay. And so some of these folks, I don't care how many millions of dollars you borrow from these record companies. It ain't nothing they can do about it. Other than look at you funny and get to talking about, well, if this happened, that happened, how we gonna get that money back? Because it's all about the bottom line. To them, they don't give a damn about you going to jail. Okay. So that's what we're doing. We're praying for Young Dolph's family. Okay. And whoever it is, there has to be justice. And if it was the other way around, I would want the exact same thing. If whoever these people are, the people that, well, we know who they are, had a history of wanting to take Young Dolph out until they took him out. Okay, if it had been the other way around, it was the other people. Folks had a history of trying to take him out until they took him out. I would be on here talking the same stuff that was wrong for that. Okay, I would be saying the same thing, right? But there's a evilness and a sadisticness that wants control. Okay, and so I think some people getting some fire shot up under their ass. I'm talking about the real folks shooting fire up under their butts. They in the hot seat for real. Okay, to let them know you don't run it. We do. Okay, so that's why all this frustration, all this dissing come in there. But I've been liking the way that Young Dolph's people have been just constantly going on and making their money, and that's the way it should be. When people talk about how come it ain't no dead bodies in the street, only sadistic people do stuff like that. Why would they be inhumane? Young Doc was not inhumane, even when he had a right to defend himself, when they was constantly trying to kill him like he was a dog. Only animals do stuff like that. He still didn't do anything. Okay. Because he understood that they were a human being, and he probably didn't want to make their children take them away from their children. But that jealousy that they had for him, they couldn't think that I'm taking a father away from their kids all about some words. They didn't think like that. Okay. And so now God has stepped into the building, been in the building, stepped in on November 17, 2021, and took the wheel. And he been driving that thing. Okay. He been driving that thing. But anyways, you guys, I want you guys to please like, share, and subscribe. So when y'all see him throwing shots and all of a sudden it seemed like it just come up from out of nowhere, just know we don't see everything. But just know they probably had just got a visit or something. Okay. But anyways, you guys, I want you guys to please like, share, and subscribe. If you would like to support the channel, you could definitely support the channel via Cash App. Talk with you later.